Welcome to Honeybee, real stories of love, lies, and betrayal, where every truth stings. Let's begin. My name is Lawrence. When my fiancée looked me in the eye and asked if she could spend one last night with her ex-boyfriend, after everything we had shared, I was speechless. Instead of lashing out or trying to stop her, I simply said, "If that's what you need, okay." I gave her permission she wanted, but she had no clue that her question had already destroyed everything. From that moment, I never looked back. I first met Diane at a book club gathering. In a room full of people, she stood apart. There was something about her presence, poised, distant. At first, I assumed she just wasn't fond of people. Whenever someone tried casual conversation, her replies were polite but clipped, almost cold. And yet, I couldn't stop watching her. Her mystery drew me in. The first real interaction we had was during a group discussion about a novel. She made a point I genuinely admired, and I used that as an opening to talk to her. She barely gave me more than a nod and a quick thanks, but I didn't walk away. A few more meetings passed before I asked for her number. She paused, studied me for a moment as if trying to read me, then handed it over. Our first conversations were shallow. "How was your day?" "What are you reading now?" Just surface talk. But slowly, things shifted. Her texts grew longer, her replies quicker. Then she began sharing details about her life without me asking. That's when I knew she was letting me in. One evening, during one of those back-and-forth texts, she decided to open up. She revealed she had just gotten out of a long relationship, one that left her drained and hollow. It had been toxic, damaging her sense of self-worth. The kind of relationship that scars you. She wasn't looking for pity, though. It didn't feel like she wanted saving. She just wanted honesty. She made it clear she was done with shallow connections. If it wasn't genuine, she didn't want it. She was tired of faking. I respected that. I told her I wasn't here to play games either. My intentions were genuine. I wasn't trying to push or force her into something she wasn't ready for. I told her, "If you're not comfortable, that's fine. We go at your pace or not at all." Her reply was simple. "Thank you for saying that." That small exchange became the foundation of whatever we were building. Months passed. We spent more time together, lowering our guards bit by bit. Diane stopped mentioning her ex. She laughed more. She seemed lighter. I took that as proof she was moving forward, and it gave me the courage to take the next step. One night at my place, while we were eating takeout and watching a movie, I looked at her and said, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?" She was caught off guard, then smiled, nodded, and said, "Yes." It felt like sunrise after a long night. From then on, we were inseparable. I rearranged my busy schedule to be with her, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I took her to nice places, celebrated her wins with thoughtful gifts, paid attention to the little things. I made sure she felt loved, and to be fair, she gave back. In her way, Diane showed her love too. She matched my effort. For me, that proved it wasn't one-sided. We dated for over a year, our lives becoming deeply connected. I trusted her. I trusted us. That trust gave me peace. But then came a night that shook me. I left work early to surprise her, something I had done before. She usually loved it. But this time, when I walked in, something felt wrong. The air was heavy. She was sitting on the bed, facing the window, eyes red and swollen. She had clearly been crying. I sat beside her and asked what was wrong. At first, she brushed it off, but I pressed gently. "Diane, talk to me." That's when she broke. She told me her ex was now dating one of her friends. And worse, he was treating this new woman the way Diane had always begged him to treat her. Weekend trips, art exhibits, little surprises, things he had once mocked her for wanting. She said it felt like betrayal layered on betrayal, like an old wound ripped open. I sat there in silence, stunned. I didn't know how to feel, watching the woman I loved unravel over a man she had claimed almost ruined her. Part of me wanted to ask, "Why do you still care?" But I swallowed that thought. Instead, I held her hand and said, "People from the past only hold as much power as we give them. Let them do whatever. What matters is us." She nodded, Said she was grateful I wasn't like him, that she knew she had something good now. After that, we carried on. We laughed, we kept building. But that night planted a quiet doubt in me. Was she really over him? 3 years later, I was sure she was the one. I proposed, and she said yes. We didn't want anything extravagant, just a simple, meaningful celebration. She threw herself into the planning, handling details carefully. But as the date drew closer, I noticed her zoning out, lost in thought. She said it was just stress, and I let it go. Then, about a month before the wedding, we were at my place. Her phone buzzed on the bed. I saw the name on the notification. Jay, her ex. I asked why he was texting. She casually said, "Oh, we're just friends now." I didn't press it, but inside I couldn't shake it. 2 weeks later, with the wedding days away, she turned to me one quiet night and said, "I need something from you. Promise you won't get mad." My stomach dropped. I told her to just say it. She hesitated, then asked for one last night with Jay, for closure. She didn't want to sneak behind my back. She wanted my permission. I froze, because when a woman hasn't let go of her ex, moments like this reveal it. Even if I said no, what was stopping her from doing it anyway? I didn't want to be a fool at the altar, so I swallowed everything inside me and said quietly, "If that's what you need, okay?" She didn't expect me to agree. Maybe she wanted me to stop her, to beg her, but I didn't. I couldn't. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay in the dark, realizing the woman I wanted to marry was asking me to hand her over to another man. By morning, my mind was made up. It was over. I left her apartment without a word. I packed a bag and drove out of town to my cousin's place, needing distance from everything. She didn't call that day, not once. That silence told me everything. I imagined she was with him. The next morning, I finally got her messages. 10 missed calls, a flood of texts. She admitted she had gone to Jay's place. That wasn't just painful, it was insulting. I didn't respond. I blocked her everywhere, even removed my SIM card. She no longer had a voice in my life. Weeks later, when I returned, she showed up at my door, crying, begging, saying it was a mistake. She said Jay treated her the same way as before, and she realized what she threw away. But her words didn't move me. Some things you can't undo. She kept trying. Different numbers, other accounts, endless messages. But I was done. She had chosen her past over our future, and that's something I could never forgive.